telling all your friends. The party never ends. Knockem dead. Knockem dead. Comedy show. I'm gonna get my sticks. The mic is live and clear for you and all to hear. Knockem dead. Knockem dead. Comedy show. I know one of these days will be the one you tell me you can't stay. It's the end of the line. Go look for what you need to. Take your time. 'Cause you know that I love you. But if you need something new, I ain't gonna fight. Can I make love to you one more night? So now you're moving on. So long, goodbye. I guess you made up your mind. Girl, oh goodness, why? Girl, oh goodness, why? Can't hold on one more night. Don't know if we'll make it to morning light. I've got love left to share.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. It is June 12th? June 12th. Hi, everybody. It's June 12th. It is the Knockem Day Comedy Radio Show coming at you live from govsradio.com at Governor's Comedy Club, the legendary Governor's Comedy Club, right here in Levittown. It's the Knockem Day Comedy Radio Show on govsradio.com. And now I'm going to move.
Tony.
I'm on the run.
Tony was in the control room trying to work Jackson's video, which was really cool. We have him on the show today. We were supposed to have him on the show last Friday, and Tony's fallen all over chairs.
Almost didn't happen today either.
Seriously?
Because I almost fell.
Ah, well, he still would have been here. We just would have had to focus
He
you
would
on
have
the
been here with
ground.
nobody else.
Oh,
Hi, everybody.
Thanks a lot for that.
Well, you know what I mean. You would have had to take me to the hospital.
Everything had to be canceled.
Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show, govsradio.com. Govsradio.com on our website, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, all the smart devices. That's right, the smart devices for your TV, which means we on TV, as our good friend Dr. Ken Pichelle says. Hope everybody's doing well today. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Felix. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning. Connie Gillies is watching. Al Brown, Felix, my mother, Jeff Bosey, Joan. And if I miss anybody, my apologies. Hope everybody's doing okay. Jackson is going to be with us on that screen, give or take about a half hour or so, a little bit more, a little bit less, around there somewhere. Is this what, MTV?
Is this MTV?
I don't know what Felix is talking about, but that's okay because...
That was a good joke. There was a video. You just said we're on TV. So he's like, are we on MTV?
What's the joke? I don't get it.
Because you say we're on TV.
Yeah.
So now that there's a video. He added them together. It was clever.
Oh, because the video was playing.
Yeah.
It's Felix's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, pal. Hope it's a great day for you. The big 60. Felix is 60 years old tomorrow.
60.
Craziness. Feels like just a year ago we met you.
Once you hit 50, nothing seems old anymore. 60 is who cares?
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, you don't feel it.
Well, I've only been 50 for 2 months.
Yeah.
So I'm not really there
Did
yet.
it change anything for you?
No.
Yeah, me either.
I've felt this stupid as long as I've been alive. Hope everybody's doing all right today. We're very excited about Jackson Gillies joining us. I think it's been almost a year, right, since we've talked to him? And
No.
I think so. Wasn't that last summer?
Seriously?
I think that was last summer. He was here with Mark White, and that was the last time we talked to him.
That's crazy.
So very excited. He's had quite a lot of things going on, interesting things going on since we talked to him.
Well, yeah, we don't even know. When the last
we're
time
gonna
we talked
talk
to
to him
him, wasn't he going to go to school abroad or something?
Enough with the derogatory terms. No, we'll discuss it when he's on the screen. But yeah, he was traveling, he was shaking, he was grooving. But we'll get to that when he's.
He was so nice, also,
he's
last
great.
week when, because we had it all set up. It's, it's a little difficult for him in the morning because I think he's in California, so that's 3 hours, away, and I contacted him. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but Tony's having we said every now and then he has stump pain and he can't do it. And he's like, yeah, with my autoimmune disease, he's like, no one knows better than me what it feels like to have to cancel something when you don't want to. So he was so gracious about it.
Yeah, the type 1 diabetes, I believe it is. And then he also has the, where is it? I always don't know how to pronounce it. Hydradenitis, or HS, I believe, is the short term. Yeah, that's why he has all the crap on his neck and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's a great guy. Looking forward to talking to him. It's going to be a lot of fun, as always, and we're going to try and get him to play. Taz is watching. Oh, there he is. He's watching. Jackson Gillies. Tim
Nice.
Saliani's watching. Okay, Matt Aravallo is watching. Hey, Matt. Hope you're doing well, pal. And speaking of Matt Aravallo, great comedian, ladies and gentlemen. Check him out if you haven't seen him. Here at Govs Radio, we'd like to let you know that all 3 Governors Comedy Clubs will be opening up as soon as they're allowed to. And they're taking all the precautions necessary to honor all the social distancing laws and guidelines and all that good stuff, all the safety precautions. They'll be taking temperature. They'll be going with paper utensils and social distancing, less tables, less capacity, so there's less people squished. And they're working very hard, and they have a big announcement coming soon, which we are looking forward to, maybe within the next week or so, as they get closer to opening up in some capacity.
And people are opening up all over the place. We were driving here, and we could all of a sudden it was now we're in traffic again.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it. Things are opening up. Plus, it's the summertime, so yeah, traffic is building up here on Long Island.
Yeah.
And of course, we'd like to support all the businesses that have been open during this time. So we've been offering free advertisements for local businesses such as All Music, 516-433-6969. They're in Plainview. They're doing curbside delivery by appointment. So give them a call. They're in Plainview. One of the few music stores that are open. They were the only music store that was open during the height of the pandemic.
Is that true? Yeah, I mean, I could say, I mean, not to be all like, oh, let me help the people we're supporting. But seriously, like, I can't imagine going anywhere else. They're the best.
Don't forget, if you want to have a great drink, One with Life, One with Life organic tequila. They're great. They gave us a bottle. And they're open for delivery. They're a great Long Island-based company, so get yourself some great tequila today with them. One with Life, organic tequila. And, of course, Roslyn Social. They're open. They actually have they open up their outside dining. They have a rooftop deck. People have been going up there. They've been open, and they're thriving, and they're excited. And the food there is fantastic. So head over there, 1363 Old Northern Boulevard, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Roslyn Social right there in the heart of North Shore. Roslyn, the premier restaurant.
Andrew Fremder is watching. He hopes that we are doing well and staying safe.
Thank you, pal. Danielle is watching.
Hey, Tim.
All right, so what?
Jackson's mommy's watching.
I know, that's why I said Connie Gillies before.
Okay. Hi,
So-
Jackson mommy.
All right, so I got a couple of things here. Like we said, we're going to be talking to Jackson Gillies about 15, 20 minutes from now. Speaking of Govs and Govs Radio, hope you've been enjoying all the shows that we've been doing here. We've been...
Sorry, I have to interrupt you because this is important and funny.
Douglas King is watching.
Connie, Jackson Gillies' mommy, she wants to know that there's a TED Talk about the quote-unquote crap on his neck that you can follow, and then she gives the YouTube website. Thank you, Connie. that was fantastic.
Well, that's the genius of our show. I was giving Jackson that setup for when he calls in. He's got a great sense of humor about everything that's gone on in his life. He's a great sport. He's called in maybe 3-4 times. He actually was here with us because he's in. They live in California because they flat left Long Island, Connie. But he was actually here in the studio with us last summer. It's such a great guy. We had a blast with him.
He is funny because when you were in leg pain, I was going through your phone trying to find his texting with you, and the last time he texted you, it was, "Hey, you losers, when do you want me to call in again?"
Hey, we hooked him up with a spin doctor. He sat here with his guitar. Mark White sat right here, and they played. And on his other side, he had Eric Tartaglione. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
And I saved his life by giving him his bag of medical equipment back. Remember that?
No, I don't know. Did he leave it here or something?
Yeah, he goes to the car, and I was just, I was clean up because everyone leaves their iPad or their hat or their sweatshirt. It's inevitable that once a week someone's leaving something important. So I always do this little, swoop around before I lock something out, and I see a little small backpack there. I'm like, oh, bet you it's Jackson. So I run out to the parking lot. I thought he was going to cry. He's like, you have no idea how this bag keeps me alive. Thank you so much.
So, all right, so he didn't actually leave. You just caught him in the parking lot.
I caught him getting to his car.
And did you say, this is your stuff for your crap on your neck? Did you say
Here's your bag of life.
Here's your bag of life. That's great. All right, so as we were saying, Govs Radio, we've been putting our shows up here. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your time, for supporting the shows. We've had a lot of technical difficulties here and there, and most of the shows are doing them from their phones because they can't come in here. We're the only ones coming in here, and it seems like things are going to start opening up soon. But we're actually in the studio. We're going to be giving the studio a facelift. We've been talking about it for months. We've been saying the whole time we're going to do it this summer. We're sticking to that plan. So it's going to be a little bit longer. Even if things do open up, it probably won't be till late July, early August before everybody gets back in here. But it's going to be worth the wait. It's going to be fantastic, and we're very excited about it. We have all sorts of plans. So we appreciate you guys still supporting our shows. Hope you enjoyed the premiere of Ageless Adventures the other day. They're fantastic. Looking forward to working a lot with Jen and Marla. And then yesterday, we've been doing the show Quarantine Life, where we show a lot of the Govs Radio hosts and some of our extended family, just showing what they do, how their life is, what their life is like during this time of quarantine. So yesterday, Tuesday nights, we have a show, No Rhyme, No Reason, with comedians Jeff Bosey and Rich Rada. Rich Rada did Quarantine Life yesterday. Where his Quarantine Life yesterday, he decided to buy 5 different chicken sandwiches. Burger King, Popeyes, Chick-fil-A. Wendy's. Sonic?
No. What's the one where...
I don't know.
Oh, Chick-fil-A you already did. Popeyes,
Wendy's, Burger King, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A.
Burger King. Did you say that already?
Yeah.
Burger King, Wendy's.
Sonic. It wasn't Sonic?
No, because I think it was... Oh, what's the one that he said is a lot like it was like a $1.99 or something.
That was Popeyes.
Oh, was it?
$3.99.
$3.99?
Yeah. All right. So anyway, he bought 5 different chicken sandwiches and he did a taste test. But a couple of things. I have a couple of issues with this particular episode. All right. First off, he mentioned Sallie and I on that show because he was promoting, which we appreciate. He was promoting all the different shows here on Govs Radio, and he said you can catch a Knockem Dead comedy radio show with the two of us 4 days a week. And he said when you look at Tony and Sallie, he goes, you just see that something's missing.
No, he doesn't. He didn't. You ruined his whole joke.
No, well, he was talking about the sandwich.
I know, but you messed up the whole. Don't you hate when other people tell you?
I'm not trying to repeat the
Rich?
joke. I'm not trying to repeat the joke. Fine, go ahead, repeat the joke there, and say what year it was.
It was 2020.
Ooh, she knew it.
And he was eating because one of the things that he had to rate the chicken on was how spicy it was, like the flavor. And then so he was saying, oh, this one's all right. It's all right. It's just missing something. Kind of like like Tony and Sallie or something like that. So, yeah, it was funny.
Thanks for clearing that up.
So much better than Tony and Sallie are missing something. Like
the point is still the
sweater?
same.
What are they missing?
Still the same, that he was talking about how something is missing when you look at the two of us. That was the point I'm trying to make here. Which apparently you can see right now. Something is missing.
Checkers?
Yeah, yes, it was Checkers. They suck.
Thanks, Andy.
Checkers suck. We'll never get in that sponsor. They're awful.
Yeah.
Actually, he said that because that's for a chicken sandwich. That's the equivalent of White Castle at 2 a.m.
That's what I was trying to say. It's like that lower
$1.99
2 a.m.
So yeah, he said something is missing when you look at the two of us. Now, is that a leg joke?
I think it was.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But then, now for people like
I had my tonsils out too. Those are missing.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
If you know Long Island like Connie Gillies did before she left us, there's a place.
Connie, it's rough when you start messing with him. It's just rough.
There's a place here on Long Island called Zorn's. They've been around since I believe the 50s, at least the 50s, maybe even longer than that. How do you do a chicken sandwich taste test and not include Zorn's?
It's not a drive-through. He wanted to do drive-throughs.
No, he mentioned one of the places he went to for a chicken sandwich did not have a drive-through. He said that. So that argument is out. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of his show, he actually he mentioned Zorn's, and he said something like they don't count or they're not that good or something like that.
No, he didn't say that.
He said something like that.
I think you just read into things.
He said something to that effect.
No one could say anything about Zorn's that way.
Go back and watch. I'll win another quarter. He said something negative about Zorn's.
Oh, Andy said, was there hair in it, like the keratin?
Did he really say that?
No, but I added it.
You dick! I didn't think he would say that. Rich Rada is so creative and very funny, says
See, I pick on
Joan.
you and I blame other people for it.
See, but you're stealing Gina's thunder. Gina said, hey, Tony, what are nails made of? I'm never going to live that down. That was probably one of my stupidest moments, and I've had a lot of stupid moments. I said the other day, I was talking
I'm like,
about...
no, it wasn't. There's so many more stupid things that you've done.
I said something about keratin being a type of nail, but not fingernails, the type of nails that you hammer. For those of you who missed it, and those of you I wish missed it.
Never saw it again.
So anyway, yeah, so he picked on Zorns. How do you pick on Zorns? Zorns is unbelievably good. They were a sponsor here for comedians on football. They've sponsored Felix. They've been here when they showed up here for Felix. They gave me a bucket of fries. It doesn't get any better than Zorn's, Rich Rada. Get yourself checked. I think you're going a little crazy in your quarantine life, sitting at home all day. So all right, so then you have a picture, right, that you're going to show for me?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to get on it.
So he taste tested 5 chicken sandwiches. So that's a lot of chicken sandwich in one sitting. So the show was about an hour. He ate almost all of these sandwiches in an hour. So what he didn't show, but we have exclusive footage here. What he didn't show, here you go right here. Get a close-up of this, could you please? The massive dump he took before he turned his camera off. Look at that. Look at him.
Well, that was a lot of chicken to pass through. So I'm sure it was a little.
And I guarantee he's gained about 25 pounds just from yesterday alone. That's a lot of chicken, man.
I would have definitely eaten 2 of those, but I don't know about 5.
So there you go. Rich Rada, quarantine life. Hope you're feeling fantastic today after all that fast food chicken. All right, now I have another picture I'd like to show.
Okay.
We have an exclusive announcement here today.
Oh, I'm so glad you're getting to this because I've been a little excited about it.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so right there. Get a close-up of that, too, would you please? Thank you. All right, so look at this picture, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this guy you definitely know, right? Especially here at the Comedy Club. That is Ricky Gervais. All right, we'll take a call, and we'll get... So the suspense is building about our exclusive announcement as we take this call. You're live on the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. Who's this?
So out of that entire 40 minutes,
Yeah.
the only thing you got was that you're missing something besides hair and a leg. But not the rating system in which I was dragged through the entire time.
Can I tell you? Oh, am I off?
No.
Oh, maybe I loaded too much. Hey, Jeff. I actually took a moment to talk about like I was like, poor Jeff. He's just a piñata everywhere he goes.
You guys,
I actually sat back and paused it just to reflect on your life.
you guys don't fool me. This is the closest thing to gay without being gay that I've ever seen. You love every minute of it. He's definitely borderline stalking you. I mean, the only thing he was talking about more than chicken sandwiches was you.
Hey, listen, it's not gay if it doesn't touch.
Good point.
So, and
Get it? Good point.
I'm definitely intrigued to see who wins the your battle against the houseplant, because I'm really not so sure which way to go on that one.
That was really funny. Sorry, but that was so funny.
Listen,
That might have been when I paused it. I was like, dear sweet Jesus, poor Jeff Bosey.
that promo with me versus the plant has gained so much legway. That actually Governor's a contest, and so has started.
Wait, say that again.
That was
'cause you
very
broke up.
profound. It was so profound. We missed the whole thing.
Yeah, we heard ooh.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
That plant has gotten so much promotion that Governors actually went ahead and put it in their contest, and that plant has more stars than I do right now.
It's a good plant. Yeah.
It is, and it has more of a personality.
No, it does not.
Charles Goonan says you start a phone call like someone expecting bad news.
Well, to be fair, I am the happiest sad man on the planet.
Who says that? Charles Goonan? Is it Charles who calls you that?
Yeah. So, all right, guys, enjoy your show. I have to get back to doing my thing. And Rich, you're talk to you later.
Thanks, Jeff. See you later, buddy. Jeff Bosey, ladies and gentlemen. the nicest guy, one of the nicest guys in comedy.
They both
super nice
are.
guy.
I adore them both.
Danielle Asher says, "Are we talking about Zorns or All American?" Does All American have chicken? They don't, right?
No.
No, because I only go there for burgers.
No, they
don't have chicken.
Some fish, but not great.
Right. So go to All American for your burgers, Zorns for chicken, and yeah, between the two, if I had more money, I could definitely do one of those two every day.
I bet you they've actually said to themselves, "No, we can't sell chicken because more people will show up and we can't take it."
Yeah, they're in Belmore and Farmingdale. I'm getting all sorts of questions about Zorns. All right, now I want to go back. Where's this comment from Connie Gillies? Connie Gillies says, Mrs. Zorn was murdered in front of our house.
What?
What? All right, Jackson, we're calling you in a few minutes. You got 5-10 minutes to get in touch with your mom and find out what that story's all about.
Yeah.
If you don't know it already.
Or we're just going to bypass you and go to Connie.
Connie Gillies, how is it possible? I've never heard that story. See that? Yep.
Wow.
How much does a chicken sandwich weigh, says Jackson. Okay. Hello, Ken Friedberg. Jeff Miller sitting next to Connie. Jay Mudcat Miller here.
Don't forget Kerry. It's like 11:26.
All right, I'm getting to it.
All right.
All right. So yeah, I want to talk about this picture, and then I have one more thing I want to talk about, and then we'll call Jackson. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So show that picture. Get a close up of that picture again. So before we talk to Jeff, we mentioned that you guys know who that is. Ricky Gervais. This is a comedy club. Ricky Gervais, one of the best stand-up comedians ever, a great actor, so many great things he's done. You guys all know him. If you've ever seen his show, the TV series Derek, you'll recognize this woman. Kerry Godliman. She is also on the show Ricky Gervais currently has, which is called Afterlife. The Office, Extras, Derek, The Afterlife. I mean, they're all just fantastic shows. She's been fantastic on it. Now, for me personally, she really, we know her from Derek, but she really caught our eye on Afterlife. If you're not familiar with Afterlife, it's on Netflix. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it just did its second season, and it's just a beautiful show. It's a beautiful show. And were you going to explain it, or do you want me to?
A third season is coming. They did announce that. Go ahead. You want to just don't give too much away, but give the basic premise of the show.
What do you mean? Don't give too much away. I have to say what her role is in it and stuff. Okay, all right. So so Ricky Gervais. I mean, he wrote it and he stars in it, and that's who plays his wife. And his wife passed away. She had cancer. She passed away.
The show. We're still talking about the show.
Yeah. But that's her role in the show, and it's great because they go to flashbacks, and she's in it. They go to like she's left video recordings for him because she knew she was dying, and she was like and don't you be doing this, and it's like it's cute and sweet, and it's a beautiful beautiful show. Like she makes you cry and laugh at the same time.
Well, all right, fix the camera angle. We'll get back to this again because this is Jackson's mom calling.
Okay, great.
All right, we got to hear this. Mrs. Zorn was murdered in front of your house?
Hey, hi.
Oh, hey, hi.
Yeah, you're kind of you're right on the air.
What did your butt call us or something?
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Like she's almost surprised that we're talking to her.
You know why? I'm listening to Jackson's stepdad who has it on, so I'm hearing double.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and it's on a delay. We're about a minute or two ahead, so yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, this is the story. You ready for it?
Ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, she already knows Jackson's not going to be able to do it. So she's like, let me just, I would be
he
I would be like that with my
it.
son. I'd be like, no. I'm
She said he never heard it.
He probably never heard. There's too many stories to tell in our life. There are many tales to tell. So we grew up in Farmingdale. 9 kids. My dad was the judge, Judge Gillies.
9 kids?
9 kids.
That's a big
And
judge.
everybody loved my dad.
Wow.
Anyway, so I was shipped off to Our Lady Mercy Academy in Syosset.
Yeah,
Right. Yep.
we know it. We're from Hicksville.
Okay, yeah. My sister's husband's from Hicksville, Eddie O'Malley.
Eddie O'Malley?
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, sorry. We're usually pretty good about that, too.
Okay, anyway.
Because we're in different classes, so we usually, hit a big, vast group of people.
Yeah, he's way older than me. But anyway, So I was on the way home from Our Lady of Mercy Academy on the late bus, and it was dark and kind of Long Island, early winter creepy, dark and cold. And there was yellow tape all over the place and police cars. I was so afraid something happened to my family.
Yeah,
But
I
Mrs.
bet. How old were you
Zorn-
at the time?
I was probably in 9th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, 9th or 10th grade, maybe. Maybe I was old. I don't really remember it. But anyway, Mrs. Zorn's was making a deposit at Bankers Trust, which is the street on the bank on Conklin Street in Farmingdale. So our block was parallel to that. And I guess what she did would park right next to our house in front of the Donald's house and walk through the back. I don't really know how this happened, but she was murdered. It was very sad.
What? So somebody was taking her money and they killed her,
Like they just
or
were.
they're taking her chicken? Maybe it was a chicken getting revenge.
No.
She went to like the bank and then they were robbing her and they killed her during that.
They probably followed her routine.
Wow.
Because you can imagine how much money they had. That was a big business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And then
but a
later
daily
in life,
deposit is probably just like, a couple of $1,000s,
for Zorn's?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'm with Connie on that.
What do you think, buddy? How much money do you think Zorn's would make on a daily?
Yeah, it's a lot more than that. Absolutely.
1,000? I don't know. He said 1,000.
Yeah.
But anyway, the weird thing is, later in life, when I was teaching first grade and kindergarten at Albany Avenue School in North Massapequa, I'm at this diner. We used to go to the diner, the kindergarten teachers, every Thursday, and I'm at this diner and I see these two women who are extremely made up and glamorous. What, buddy?
What year was the murder somebody asked?
Oh, I don't remember. It was in high school. So anyway, and those were the Zorn sisters. Did you ever see the Zorn sisters?
Yes, I have. There's one especially. Yeah, she's very made up. She really does herself up well. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think one of them might have passed on. But anyway, later in life, when we moved out east to the North Fork, they had a restaurant there called the Shady Lady. So Zorns were following us around.
See that? The Shady Lady. See, it's all full circle. There was something shady about this murder.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah, that's awful. What an awful thing. Yeah. You know what?
thank
Like,
God
if it
Jack
was back in the
was
day,
coming
you're right. Because, like,
I'm a bad storyteller.
no, it's fine.
When was it? I don't know. What? Huh?
Well, I want to know, since I got you, I want to know what kind of trouble you and Roberta Grogan have gotten into together.
Oh, none.
Oh, come on now.
She was a good kid. I was a deadhead. I was a wild maniac.
I know. That's why I thought there'd be some good stories. Don't tell me Roberta was a good girl. I know there's a
she
wild
was a
woman
good
in there
girl.
somewhere.
She was like she was your typical high school, college fun drinking type, not like me. I was over the top.
Come on, you must
Which
have
we
taken
don't really tell anybody since I was a teacher in Farmingdale for so many years, but now everybody knows.
Now, who cares? That's right. You guys are you guys still? Well, I guess you're not following the dead right now.
No,
They were deadheads.
no.
Yeah, they're dead.
Yeah.
That's why Jackson was here.
Roberta's a deadhead?
No, not Roberta.
No, Roberta is not a deadhead.
No.
Oh, all right,
But that's
all
why
right.
that's why Jackson was here. He wasn't here, for promoting something. He was here because him and his dad were following the dead.
Oh,
They were going to see him
that's
at City
beautiful.
Field, I think it was.
That's fantastic. I love
Jackson's dad and I went to over 100 shows.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah.
So-
We sold.
There is a good
13.
possibility Mrs. Zorn is still alive, and all this
Yeah,
was just some kind of mushroom
You were
dream.
just stoned
No,
in the backyard.
no. Yeah.
Does it? She's like back there. Does
Just
anyone
dreamy
smell
dreams went after
chicken?
this.
I think some chicken got roasted.
I was at a Deadhead concert in Arizona, and I saw a Zorn's stand. They follow me. You see that? She's like, they
Yeah.
follow me around. They're like, Zorn's family's listening right now. They're like, we have no idea what the
They're like,
Shady
she's-
Lady is.
Yeah, she's in the
No,
back
I'm not
roasting
kidding.
chicken.
It's all true. It really is all true.
I'm sure it's true that you believe this. Yeah, absolutely.
No, it really is. Google it. Buddy, would you Google that?
Okay, so
Yeah.
Gina just looked it up. It happened in 1976,
Oh.
and they never found the person who shot her.
Wow.
So it was my freshman year. I was young and impressionable.
Yeah. What an awful feeling
still
to
are.
be like thinking your family's hurt, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Well,
That was really weird.
I'm just glad they didn't let it affect their restaurant because I would have. I want
He's
chicken.
so addicted to Zorns. It's unreal.
The weird thing about Zorns, though, no offense to Zorns, they're a great business, but the weird thing for a kid and one of the reasons I stopped eating meat, but then I started up again later in life, but I didn't eat chicken for decades because we'd go visit the chickens and the turkeys outside first. It was so exciting. And then we'd be going home and I'd be looking in this bucket that has like bones sticking out of it. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is that
you know what got
saw?
me? Because and not to be all gross and stuff, but I remember taking anatomy and physiology in college, and then you go to eat a chicken wing because I went to school upstate in Albany, and you're pulling open the chicken wing, and you're like, wow, I can identify the nerve. look how it enters the muscle fiber, and then I was kind of done.
Yeah, true. Especially when it's stuck in between your incisor and your front tooth.
So where is Jackson? Is he in the same house as you right now?
We have not hugged Jackson since he got home. He is in an apartment next to our house, our cabin on top of the mountain in above Santa Barbara.
Because he can get stuff, right? Like he probably his immunity is probably a lot lower than other people.
No. We deliver everything to him on the table. We wipe it off with Lysol wipes, and he comes out like a hobbit.
Oh, what a life!
This poor kid.
And grabs it. But anyway, seriously, that condition he does have is called, this is his manager speaking now, hidradenitis suppurativa. 230 million people have it.
That's what I said.
Person, yeah.
No, you didn't, when you tried to pronounce it, you didn't do too bad. Yeah.
And he did a TED Talk on it, and when he was on American Idol, it really helped a lot of people. I mean, hundreds of people.
Oh, that's good. That's great.
Sent messages,
And I'm still mad he didn't go further on that, man. He was awesome on that.
Everything happens for a reason, Tony.
Oh, spoken like a true hippie deadhead.
That's so funny.
That's great. All right, well, thanks, Connie, for the call. We appreciate it. And now I know why Jackson's such a good sport. You are, too. We appreciate it.
Bye. Take care.
Thanks,
All right,
Connie.
you too. Bye-bye.
Bye. And follow Jackson on Instagram.
Follow Jackson on Instagram.
On Instagram and Facebook. Thank you.
Absolutely. Bye, Connie. Okay, there you go. Connie Gillies, mother
She's
of Jackson.
great.
All right, Jackson, hang on tight. We're going to call. We're going to get to you in a second. I just wanted to finish what we were doing. So, Afterlife is the show that Ricky Gervais currently has going on. Season 3 coming soon. Carrie Godliman, she plays his wife on the show. She's fantastic. She's a big comedian in England. She does stand up. She's been on a lot of shows. She's going to be our guest on Monday. She's going to be right here on this screen, but not in a still picture like this. She's going to be live right there on that screen. So we're very excited about that.
So excited. Like we kind of power watched this series. So and even, even Sam was sitting there watching it with us, and he's 20, and he's like, don't watch the next episode without me. He's like, this show just really affected me. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful show, and it's funny and heartwarming, and yeah, I'm really excited to talk with her.
Yeah, that's going to be great. So we're very excited. Carrie Godliman, it's God, Godli man, godly man.
Her stand-up is so funny.
It's very funny. So if you have some time this weekend, check out some of her stuff and check out Afterlife. She's going to be with us on the screen Monday, so we're very excited about that. All right, so before you call Jackson, the other thing I had, I just wanted to get through this first because this I thought was very interesting for a geek like me, and it's not current, but the news is current. It's some Sopranos news. I didn't talk to you about this. Should we take this?
I feel bad for
yeah. All right.
Jackson.
Sorry, whoever that was. My apologies. We're running late already, so my apologies on that. Some Sopranos news that I found interesting.
Okay.
There was some kind of roundtable discussion, some kind of interview. I don't know what the interview was for, but it was with a couple people interviewing David Chase. David Chase, for those of you who don't know,
is he the writer or director or something?
He is the writer and the creator of The Sopranos.
Oh, you had to give me credit for knowing that. Thank you, because.
And this was just just a few days ago. They were doing this roundtable discussion, an interview with him, and they started talking about. Now, I don't know if my son is watching. Zach, if you're watching, Zach and I have been watching The Sopranos. He never saw it. He's going to be 20 in November, so this is his first time around watching The Sopranos. Zach, if you're watching, wow, I just made up a word. Zach, if you're watching, turn the volume down or just get off our show for 5 minutes.
People haven't seen from like what season 6 or something.
Yeah, if you don't know the ending of how the show ends, here's your even though it's been 15 years or whatever it's been.
Yeah.
Here's your spoiler alert. So, so they were talking about the ending, and David Chase turns to the interview and he goes, "Well, here are my thoughts on Tony Soprano's death scene," and he goes on and talks about that scene. Sure enough, when he's done talking, the interviewer, first thing he says to him, "Do you realize, Mr. Chase, you just referred to it as Tony's death scene?"
Everyone's been wondering about that forever, whether it just ended that way or whether he walked outside and something happened.
Or if someone came in and shot him. Right. So that's the thing. That's what's interesting about this. David Chase himself referred to it as Tony Soprano's death scene.
I never thought it was a death scene. I just thought it was like, okay, here the family's together, they're at a diner, they're just, going back and forth. That's just this is going to be the rest of their lives. That's kind of how I thought it ended.
That's what I thought it meant.
Because he gets away with everything all the time.
Right.
He could have his head shot off, and like next scene he's there,
Like Wile E. Coyote, always surviving. The anvil. So the interviewer says that to him. "You realize you just called it Tony Soprano's death scene." There was a long pause, and David Chase just looks up and goes, "Fuck you guys," like that. That's
like he was mad.
Like he knew. He
knew he screwed up.
Yeah, he knew he screwed up, and was just like, shit. So I thought this was really interesting. It's never been acknowledged before. It's never by anybody.
I'm sure
in
he's
The
been
Sopranos.
asked 1,000 times,
right?
too.
And he's never really he's always been very vague with it. Never came out and said it was a death scene.
Yeah, that's cool.
So for a huge Soprano geek like me, I thought this was, kind of big and interesting and perfect for a show like us to talk about.
Yeah.
There you go. That's all I got on that.
Yeah. And
normally I talk about it on the phone and wait for comments, but we have to get Jackson on the line. He's been patiently waiting, which we appreciate, and we're very excited. Jackson Gillies, whose one of his songs we were just playing when we started the show. Hope you saw it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't see it, or even if you did, go check out Jackson on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Not right now. Wait till you're done. Wait till we're done here, and then go check him out. Are you having trouble there?
No, I just want to. I want to get him. No, don't worry. You ask me this every single time I try to do this. So. Like, for example, I wanted to get off mirror so that everyone doesn't see this.
Right.
Right. So that's why I flip and flop a little bit. Because
flop.
I didn't realize you were screening already, so I wanted to, help your privacy.
Well, it's not screening. Right.
Because I just took it off.
I know.
Okay. So, yeah. So find him and
then, see how you do need help after all,
don't
you?
I can do it myself.
Nope. Give it to me. All right. So there you go. FaceTiming.
Uh-huh.
Now you got to put it on the screen.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, Lord, don't tell me I'm going to be on that screen behind you.
All right, we won't tell you that, but you are.
I'm going to look like the Wizard of Oz.
Some people think he's a handsome guy.
All right, let's see what we got here. All right, sorry. There we go.
Now turn it sideways.
Are we
Yeah,
going
Well,
it
maybe
may
not.
not be bad. Yeah, it's better the other way.
Now turn it sideways.
Okay. We're working. We're figuring it out.
Okay,
a little
good.
contraption.
All right, now it's still sideways on our end.
It isn't, though.
It
Okay,
is.
Boomer.
It's just look at the screen. Hang on a second, Jackson. We're trying to figure that out.
Yeah, it may not work out. You might
All right, so,
you might have to put it back, Jackson. It's not.
all right. What Wizard of Oz? What the hell is he doing?
I'm floating in.
This
How
guy
are
is.
you?
See, look, he's even got his Grateful Dead shirt on. Look at him.
That's true. God, I'm really.
Yeah, that's so great. It was so nice to talk to your mom.
Live in London. Look at this. So, did you get that when you were in London? Did you get that shirt there?
No, I stole this from my dad.
Come on,
I stole all his shirt.
hippies don't steal.
Borrow. temporarily borrow.
How are you, pal?
I'm great, man.
Yeah?
I love quarantine.
You love quarantine.
Yeah, this
I
just must be driving you crazy. When's the last time you saw someone face to face?
No, I'm serious. I really do love it.
Really? Are you
Better than
serious?
being a musician and having no onus to go out or talk to anybody or do any. I do whatever the fuck I want. I wake up at noon. I make music. I eat. I go drive around. I go back to sleep. It's a dream.
You eat because mom's delivering food to you. What a life. Mother, you forgot the ketchup, Mother.
I don't like green grapes. I want the red grapes. Oh, well, not
Like
frosted. No, you can't have frosted flakes.
I give her a rider every week.
No green M&Ms in my cabin.
The green M&Ms, please. I should say that I still have to cook the food. It's not like they're cooking.
Oh, no!
Oh, I bet you she cooks for you too.
No, I
No?
cook. I mean, not. Every once in a while, she'd be like, "You want something?" You know.
All right, but so
How are you? How are you guys?
So where are you?
man.
Are you Santa Barbara? Is that where
I'm
you
back
are?
in Santa Barbara.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
very
so
white.
the last time that we talked to you, I think like a week or so later, you were gonna like head off to England. Did that happen?
Yeah.
And
So
how long were you there, and how'd that go?
I was there from September to March. I left Friday, March 13th, which was not great to fly.
I
Flew
bet.
out of the country, with the Rona going on March 13th. But before that, it was great.
But you left because of the virus, so you were still supposed to be there.
Oh yeah, I was gonna be there till like May.
And it was just going to be the 1 year, or you were just coming back for the summer, then going back for another year.
I was trying it out.
Okay.
I said like I was there for a 3-year program, but I found out while I was there I could go for a year and get a certificate.
Oh.
So I was like, there's a lot higher chance of me getting any college certification than going for another two years.
3 would have been 3, right?
Yeah, but he
So,
said only a year
Yeah.
for the
Oh,
certification. So,
Yeah.
but did you? All right. So explain this to us. So you heard about the virus, and did they tell you to leave? Did you say screw it, I'm out of here? What happened?
I was I was a little skeptical. I hadn't done too much of the research. I'm usually attuned to that stuff, but it felt like 2017. Oh, Ebola's going to kill us, and then swine flu is going to kill us,
Right.
and then next new trend, and I think it was Wednesday before Friday the 13th. I was watching an NBA game, and the game got shut down.
Right.
As they were
I
starting,
know the
and it
week
was
you're talking
there.
about. We went
Yeah.
through like the same kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
both our kids are born that week, so it was like everything's shut down, and there's we can't even do anything. It was so weird.
Yeah, that's and then Trump announced the 30-day travel ban on Europe, and I was like, yeah, it's time to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
My mom sent me she bought an N95 mask in like January.
Wow.
Good mommy.
Yeah, when she started reading about it, so she went to send me a box of wipes, and she sent me 6 packages of 150 Kleenex wipes.
Yeah, do not make fun of your mother because
Oh, I will.
she's your manager. She's amazing, and who is to wake up in the morning and say, "How do we keep Jackson alive today?"
It's true. I'm trying to make it a little easier for her over the past years as I grow up.
Yeah,
Less of a death risk.
yeah. I know. So she said you're in like a cabin, just hiding out in a bunker.
Yep, pretty much. I got my. This is where I sit all day. Got my recording set up, microphones,
Nice.
instruments. Boom.
All right,
Okay, so
I got a question. I got a question about what you just showed us, but I want to just go
I'll
back
have a
though.
question for you afterwards.
Oh, you have a question for us? Ooh.
Shoot.
Well, no. How come? All right. So in England, though, so mom obviously was on it because she sent you all that stuff. But then, all right. So you were on top of it too, and you said, "All right, I'm getting out of here just in case."
Yeah.
But what did school say?
Oh, I didn't even tell school.
You just
didn't
hopped
even
on
tell
a
them?
plane. Yeah.
I didn't tell them.
So
They were not, like, no one was hip to it. It was really, really late in London, and I was like, guys, wait 2 weeks and the school is going to be closed.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, no, it's not going to happen. It was really great. So I had to clear out an entire apartment. I was actually living there with my girlfriend.
Right,
and we broke up. She headed home early. And the school wasn't fitting for her right. And she wasn't in the right space to be in London. So she went home, and I had this whole apartment full of crap. And I had like 1 day to clear out this whole apartment. And I had all my friends come over, and we just had this big party, and they just took shit. Like, they took paintings and, and like little flower things that we bought, any silverware, food, any plates that we got, I was like, you want, take whatever you want. And the whole place cleared out by the end of the night.
Holy crap. That's amazing to me.
And it's funny because, like,
take it.
as you rethink that, like all those people in your apartment, everyone could have gotten sick, like we weren't even like all ready to think that way. Like we were thinking unless you're on the sofa with a fever, you're fine. Whereas now we know how dangerous that was. And so it was such a weird time.
But you didn't get the so you didn't get the certificate?
No, I did. I just found out I passed all my classes, which is all I needed. And I can cash in I get a higher certificate in music education.
Wow, look at you. I'm amazed.
No one knows what that means. It's great.
It sounds good. Who cares what it means? It sounds impressive. Sounds like you know what you're doing. That's crazy. Like I'm always amazed at your life. You just, you follow the dead, you travel all over the place, you go to England on a whim, and you just
you
didn't even finish and you get a certificate.
So I like, school was like, yeah, we get it, you have to go. But I told them after I got home, I was like, yeah, I left the country. And then they were like, it's cool. Other people are doing it too. It's fine. Everybody started leaving after that. And it's great. I got this big, sad goodbye party, and then everybody just ended up going home 4 days later anyway.
Right. So it was it's like the Jackson Gillies goodbye party, and everyone else had to do it. But England was like really behind for like a good month. I think you'd see on the news where they were like, I think we need to look at America and see what's going on there because it's coming our way.
They went at breakneck speed and shut everything down.
Right.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
And so basically, you're a trendsetter. They said They said Jackson's leaving. We better follow his footsteps.
You could say that.
I did. I just said it just now into a mic.
Okay, so here's my question.
Okay.
Shoot.
I see a little opposite land going on in Gov's world. And I just realized it a few minutes ago. Last time I was on, we had Mark White.
Yeah.
Who's black, and you're Tony Walker. Right? What type of irony is shrouded in this comedy club?
Yes, Mark White,
Walker,
who is black.
Really, of all the last names?
Well, that's why I beat God. When God gave me cancer, that's why I beat it. And and the leg, I had a last name to live up to. But I have thought about changing the last name to Hopper. I've thought about it.
I love making Jackson giggle.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, so that's very observant of you.
I didn't tell you last week when you had to cancel. I was actually up. I hadn't gone to sleep.
Oh no!
So it was like 8 or 9 in the morning, and I just hadn't gone to sleep yet.
Yeah, because Tony had made usually I set people up for like 3 or 11:30, but he's like, no, like Jackson said it's way too early for him because he's out in California. So when I was up because Tony, his leg was hurting. So
right.
I look on Facebook. You've been up like from what I saw from like 7 o'clock. I'm like, this kid's like up already. I didn't realize that you hadn't gone to sleep yet.
And what were you doing all night, young man?
I think I was watching Doctor Strange.
I love that movie.
Come on, you're a rock star, man. You got to give me something better than that. I was watching Doctor Strange.
I love Doctor Strange.
I was watching Marvel movies in bed.
See, this is the problem. You live right next door to your mom. How does a rock star like you bring all the groupies home when mom's right next door watching what you're doing?
Oh, she doesn't. She'll bring them food too.
That's nice.
You want some snacks? Here, you want some? Here's some condoms. Here you go.
Now Connie's going to call back.
Forget she's my manager too. She's not gonna like that. She's gonna comment.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be tough enough in a song like we played "Girl Oh Goodness Why" at the start of the show.
Oh yeah.
And even that, I mean, I'm thinking, man, how does he sing a song like that to his mom manager? Like, "Here, Mom, here's my latest song." Well, you're singing about wanting to make love to a girl. like, do you change the words in front of Mom? Like, I'd like to send you flowers instead of make love to you.
Hug your hands one more time.
So she just sits there and she's like, "No, I think you should change the word from make love to bang." Like how does this?
Bang is better.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How does this conversation go?
The last word you used was hang. I think bang rhymes more with that. Don't you think, Jackson?
Or does she have nothing to do? You say, "Mom, don't you say nothing about my music. You just get me the gigs."
She'll give me some input on other lyrics, but she didn't care about that.
I would guess that nothing in the world surprises Connie.
Yeah.
I think she'd be like, try to surprise me. Yeah.
After 100 dead shows?
Yeah, right. Right. And all her brothers and sisters and, death in front of her house. Yeah, I'm sure you're hard pressed to shock your mom.
Did you know? So did you know that story? Did you know there was a legendary?
No.
Yeah, see that?
God help me. Long Island's weird, man.
Yeah.
It's a weird place.
Craziness. All right, so you showed us your surroundings there. What do you got there? Christmas lights back there? I'm just noticing that.
Oh, check this out. So I'm like one of those TikTokers.
Well, look at that.
Now my lights in the background. This is even better. I turn this on instead of regular lights at night.
Yeah, when you're about to make your sweet love.
Yeah, it's a pretty place.
Before Mom stops by with munchies,
Look at
as
that.
he's having a threesome, she stops by with munchies.
Goodness. Leave him alone.
Tony, these are the orgy lights. Threesome.
I'm
This
so
whole place-
sorry.
Yeah, it's good. It's great.
I would love to
you know what?
I would love to have a show where I don't have to say twice, I'm so sorry.
You know what? I have another question for you guys. This is a comedy question.
Sure.
I have heard. Do you know Tom Segura? Do you follow him at all?
Tom Segura? Yes, I know who he is. Yeah.
I just heard him talking about how a lot of comedy clubs still, and this is very true, the same thing for musicians.
Yeah.
And it's mind-boggling that the rate of pay has not changed in about 40 years.
Isn't it crazy?
So you get the MC spot for $50.
Yeah.
And then you get the middle 100, and then there's a sliding scale for a feature, right?
Correct.
That's crazy.
It's definitely crazy. I will tell you, at least here, a lot of the comedians that we talk to here. So I would say on the on the eastern side of the country, Governors, and not just here in New York, almost the whole eastern seaboard. Governors is is known as one of the best places for a comedian to go. They're treated like royalty here compared to a lot of other clubs. I'm totally speaking out of turn here, and I probably shouldn't even say it, but I have heard when it comes to pay that they can be better than a lot of other clubs. I've heard horror stories. Not only is the rate, like you said, so low, but sometimes certain clubs, comedians have a hard time even getting that money. Where these guys, you don't hear. I've never heard a bad word about this place.
Yeah, I haven't heard people complain about pay here.
Never.
So that's
Never.
good. I mean,
I'll do my own digging. Okay, I'll do my own digging outside of that.
No, I mean, seriously, but because I've seen it with we have a lot of musician friends on Long Island, and you see that some bars they don't play because they don't. They'll be told that they're getting money, and then money will be taken off because they had a beer. It's like
or it's like $50 a head, $75 a head. It's like, do you have any idea for a drummer to load up all that shit in the back of their car, load in, get mic'd up, load out for an hour?
It's a whole day's work. It really is a whole day's work.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you, because Eric and I have our comedy troupe. That's how we found this station. We were doing a comedy show of our own here once, and we So we have our comedy troupe, but we don't do stand-up. We do live audience interactive murder mysteries and game shows and stuff. But we need a group of people, like a band. We have a group of people, and we don't make a lot of money. You know, a fundraiser's not going to hire you for thousands and thousands of dollars when they have a fundraiser, or a comedy club. They have overhead. So we don't make a lot of money, and then we still have to pay our cast. And I'm the same way. I'm the first one to get there with Sallie. And we set up our sound system. We set up our mics. We set up, our signs, our banners, whatever it is we got to do. And Eric is, most of the time, he's there too. So we're the first ones there. We're the last ones to leave. And same thing. We only pay ourselves about $100 a show.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, unless we're working a lot, so that money could add up. But you have to work a lot.
Especially like, let's say you're doing a weekend, like 2 shows.
Yeah.
And you're flying somewhere. That's not even gonna. That's not even gonna do the flight. Right. Not alone like if they're putting you up or not. I'm a big comedy fan, by the way. I think I told you this last.
Yes,
time
you did. Yes. Which is why, and I can tell because you really enjoyed Eric Tartaglione, who was sitting next to you that day. Great comedian.
He's so funny.
Yeah,
love him.
That was one of my favorite days here. We had such a great time that day. But we talk about it a lot here between comedians and musicians. Because, you're a musician who's a big comedy guy. I'm a comedy guy who's a big music fan. And it's true. I mean, it's a very similar life. There's not a lot of money to be made. Yeah. It's a fun life, and it's a positive life, but it's hard to survive. And then that's been a big deal here with the virus. A lot of guys are really kind of struggling now because everything just got shut off, and they... it's their livelihood, and they depended on that,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's why I'd like to announce that I'm going to be a country artist and completely sell out. This is my rebranding phase.
Good plan.
It's a good idea. You sing songs about horses and moonshine.
There you go.
And do a Roy Clark tribute band.
Oh, geez.
I love Roy Clark.
He could play, man. That guy could play guitar. Well, have you been so at a time like this when we're all quarantined? Does it inspire you to write? I mean, you actually said you're enjoying this life. So have you've been writing and working a lot, or because I know some people like they're not feeling it because of the anxiety of it all. They can't write, but
when I got home, like for the first week, I could not write. I was really out of it. I was just cleaning and cleaning and cleaning, trying to get everything organized and straight in this house. And I started driving around up the mountains, just like into the sunset, into the wild blue yonder. And just this lyric came into my head. And I went home and I wrote this song, and from there they just started coming.
Oh,
I had
nice.
about a month and a half of a writing period. And now I'm actually mixing, producing, and mastering a friend's EP.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I've been getting really into that and learning how to, engineer and mix. And I think that's not only am I a nerd about it, but that's a huge advantage. Like, as a musician, if you can shape your sound, it's... I would go into a studio and I'd be like, I want it to sound cooler.
And and now you can just do it.
Right. No. Yeah, I can do it myself. More compression, less compression, higher, boxier,
Or if you need help with it, at least you know how to ask for help, other than, could it be better?
Yeah. Make it better.
Could it be better? Better.
But it's true because it helps your career. I mean, look at so many big names who have also produced themselves, produced other people, and it just it kind of adds more to your arsenal, I guess, right, so to speak.
100%. 100%.
That's great. And by any chance, did you have any more conversations with Mark after meeting him that day? And you didn't know did you know who he was that day or no?
Nope. No clue.
Your dad did.
But you knew
my
that
dad.
Your dad was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, he knows his music, man. I had no clue.
All right, but Kenny Loggins, that music, Of
course.
What's the connection to him again? Did you date his daughter or something? Was that it?
That's right.
Nice. And you're still friendly with him, even though you broke up with her when you started meeting other girls as a rock star.
We're still pals. He's like, I talked to him about it once. He's like, that's not my deal. He's like, I don't care. He's
Yeah,
like, I don't,
he's not
I don't
gonna-
feel
Wow.
that.
I'm sure any father's just happy no one's dating their daughter. Like, really. No, don't take any offense. He's probably just like, whoo.
less trouble for me.
Yeah.
No, we definitely we actually just won an Emmy.
That was my next question. Yeah, but that was
There
my
you go.
question though. You said we. So did you actually get an Emmy, or is your name attached to this somehow?
If you go, kind of.
Oh,
you
it's
know,
good
it was-
enough.
it was for,
Award-winning Emmy
Emmy
winner
award-winning.
Jackson Gillies.
the guy who filmed it, did the creative direction, shot it and edited it, and entered it into the Grammys, and it won for best live captured event, best documentary.
Wow,
That's awesome.
Really cool.
And what was your part in that? I mean, you weren't in the live broadcast, were you?
Yes. So
Oh.
the whole show was it was celebrating the music of Footloose. It wasn't like we're putting on Footloose the show. It was more of an avant-garde, like doing the musical scenes, but not as musically. And we have this, Kenny put together this band, and him, myself, and a few other people arranged these songs and rearranged these songs for the stage with his tweak, and it was just unbelievable. You'll hear people talk about Kenny, and what a great performer he is, but
Oh, yeah.
his ears for arrangement are unfathomable.
Really?
I mean, the guy's pushing 70, and
Yeah.
he was standing in the studio for 4.5 hours straight, like standing up around this circle of musicians saying, "All right, I want you to play that E flat major, but do it in first inversion, but arpeggiate it. Nope, do it 16th notes and then 8th notes."
That's
like,
great. Yeah.
just-
That's awesome.
beyond. And it was so much. I got to play Preacher Shaw, the father of the girl who falls in love with Kevin Bacon,
Right.
and it was very like, stern,
Right.
rock and roll with the devil, which is pretty fun to do.
Yeah, that has you written all over it.
Yeah,
So you got to get him on one of your albums. That'll push your spotlight a little bit. Kenny Loggins
Yeah.
guest stars.
we'll do it. Or Michael McDonald.
This
Love
is it.
Michael McDonald. She came from somewhere back in Arizona. Said I'm in a first, don't she trying hard.
Yep.
I love Mike, man. He's amazing.
Oh, who
I do
doesn't?
totally
Yeah.
love him. It's so funny. Everyone makes fun of him, but it's like just, macaroni and cheese or something.
Well, all right. Well, it is actually almost time for us to go, and I am going to see if I can talk you into playing something. However, just before that, I am going to geek out a little bit, and nobody's going to know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to ask anyway. I didn't know, actually. I was just looking on Facebook. You also knew George Hawkins?
Yes.
What was your connection to him?
I met him through I opened up for Jim Messina in
All right.
2016.
Oh, okay.
Dumb it down and say who he is first.
All right. So George Hawkins, he was a bass player, and he played like when Fleetwood Mac would take a break from recording or working together, they'd all make solo albums, and he would play with all of them.
Oh, okay.
So he was basically a Fleetwood Mac member, but he played just on their solo albums, all of them, all the different members. But he's also played with John Fogerty. He's played with a bunch of people. And
Loggins and Messina. That's
he-
how
oh,
he was Loggins and Messina's bass player for a while.
Oh, shit, I didn't even know that. Okay.
He also did Kenny's solo stuff. I have the funniest story about how I met him. I was backstage. I had watched Jim Messina's set, and he had the moves, man.
Yes.
Totally grooving, And I met him, and we were laughing, and I was like, I feel like I've seen you before. I was like, have we met before? He leans in, he goes, "Do you watch a lot of porn?"
What? That's fantastic.
Wow. And then he said, "Your mom just gave me some condoms for us." Wow.
Do that to him. All right, here, third time today. I'm so
He
sorry.
was the biggest sweetheart, man.
Is that right? Yeah.
Totally the sweetest guy. Absolutely love him.
Yeah. I was sad when he passed. Great musician, man. He was cool. All right, so I just had to ask because I didn't know that. I was looking on Facebook. I saw the picture. I was like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So I just had to ask. So thank you for letting me geek out for a minute. All right, so it is almost time for us to go. Can we talk you into playing or no?
Do you have broadcast capability? Like, if I send you an MP3, could you play it?
Like right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
I'll give you two options.
Okay.
I covered this song by a songwriter named Tom Prasada Rao, and it's this beautifully heartbreaking song for George Floyd. It's a tribute to him.
Oh, okay.
And I recorded the cover. I did a whole arrangement on it. I could send you that and play it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Sad. Or I could play you another sad song live.
I'm going to go with both. I'm going to say, why don't you send it to us, and then Monday when we're back, or Tuesday, we'll play it, and then play us something live right now. Does that sound good to you?
No, it's up to you. I don't want to put you on the spot. It's totally your call. Whatever you want to do. You want to just send us a recording?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
I could perform, but it's gonna be better.
Okay,
so
that's fine. Oh, Sallie's all disappointed.
I love live.
I know,
we
but
listen
yeah,
to you
but-
all the time. We want to see like live.
We're not going to put the guy on the spot.
He's not put on the spot.
It's early in the morning over there. He just woke up.
It's real early.
Oh, is that
He
why?
was-
'Cause
I
his-
heard my
his
voice
voice.
doing my Michael McDonald.
What would Connie do?
He was,
WWCB.
no,
She'd
it's
give me a
fine.
compliment and say, "Get out there, go play."
Right.
She's like, get paid first.
No, she wouldn't. She'd be like, "What? You're not going to play live?"
It's fine.
So let's see what she says No, she's gonna want to hear this song. She likes this song. Where could I email this said song?
Well, that's just it too, because we're using your phone to.
Well, yeah, but if we're going to,
Text it.
Yeah.
text it. Text it. You have my number.
Show thank chicken wing. Man, God, I want to get into stand-up comedy. So you know what?
You should.
Give me some tips
Not
for stand-up.
with that
'cause
joke, man.
I'm a comfortable speaker on stage, but how do you know what? Let me ask you something. How do you write jokes? If you're doing, if you're doing a 30 spot, 45 spot of stand-up, how do you structure your joke?
Well, it's funny you ask. I actually just took a class on it, and they it's tough. I wrote so much, and then the teacher he took out 90% of my words, and it was all just very set up, punch, set up, punch, set up, punch, which it worked. Well, I've only gone up once so far to do it, and it went over well. So I got his point, but I'm not comfortable doing it that way. But that's how most people do it. I prefer to tell stories and make it more like a conversation. But
you did both. You did he did like in the middle. He didn't do like bump like the whole at all. But when he wrote, it was like less is more. Take a lot of this out, and so it was it was a lot of like fine tuning stuff. Like you could lose this. This doesn't have anything to do with it. Chop, 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 and
you work it out.
And people, stuff about your own life always comes across more sincere and funny.
But you also said 30 to 45 minutes, right? You said
that's a long time. Shoot for 7.
Yeah.
I mean, like hypothetically, if you're doing a set.
Yeah,
because that's like 30, 45 or like an hour. That's a special.
Right. That's the thing. It's a headline. So if you're not headlining, forget it. Most of these guys are doing 7-minute spots for a few years before they get to, go further than that.
That's tough.
But at the same time, having said that, if you're able to write that much and then do just parts of it every time you go up, so that your set is always changing, that's a huge plus.
You'd probably be really good about it, because I'm sure it's
you'd be
exactly
great.
like songwriting. Like one word can change an entire song. So I'm sure you've done that where you're like, oh my God, I just want to switch out this one word and everything will be great. And you have to write poems, which is really short stories chopped up. So you have the skill set.
Yeah, and you have the personality and being on stage. And I get that. I bet your timing would be perfect as a musician too. So I would say let's do it.
Did you hear what Jerry Seinfeld said to Louis C.K. about the F word?
No.
I have. I can't recall it right now. I have heard this.
He was talking about how
his grandmother said to Jerry Seinfeld. Is that it?
No, it was something that Jerry said to Louis.
Okay.
It was when he stopped. He stopped using the F word. He stopped cursing in his act, and he was like, "Louis, the F word is like a Corvette." And then they were on the phone, and Louis hung up, and he's like, "Okay, I think I get it. It's fast, it's flashy, it has power, it has thrust." And then he realized, wait, Jerry's a kid from Long Island. he collected Porsches. The Corvette is a shitty piece of shit car.
Oh, that is funny. That's funny. No, I saw.
It's a piece of crap with a Chevy engine.
That's
It
great.
is.
Yep.
Well, yeah, like I think it was his grandmother. Like he was on stage and she went to see it, and she just said something to him afterwards. She's just like, it's like a cheat, and you're smarter than that. And he was like, "You're right,
man.
you're right." And she's like, any time that anyone uses words like that, it's because they're not smart enough to write something better.
That's my stepdad's philosophy. That's what Jeff, buddy,
Yeah.
Jeff says.
Jeff, what was it? What did he call himself before? Cool Cat?
Mudcat.
Mudcat.
Mudcat Miller.
Mudcat Miller. All right, we have the song. We're gonna play it. It's called $20 Bill.
Yeah, Tom Prasado Rao.
All right, yeah. Let me write that down. Tom Prasado Rao.
Yeah, he's on Facebook. Brilliant songwriter. He recorded a cover of this song on YouTube. He's going through his last rounds of chemo.
Oh,
And incredible soul. And wrote this song. It's perfect. I just finished mixing. So this is the first time really anybody's heard it.
nice, an exclusive. Tom Prasado Rao, and I hope you said his last round of chemo. So I hope that means he's doing well.
I think he is. Yeah.
All right, cool. So all the best to him. Jackson Gillies, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and now you even posted some. Are you getting into films now too? What was that thing you posted on YouTube?
Oh yeah, that was just a fun little thing.
Oh, okay. That's what we've heard about you. It was a fun little thing.
Yeah,
there you
this
go.
winter, fall, I'm doing an album or an EP or something. New music coming out.
And you haven't done any of those Facebook Lives or anything though, huh? During this quarantine?
Nah, not really.
Nah, I don't need to.
I'll die out a little, then I'll come back with the big album. Boom.
Nice,
Boom.
the big comeback. All right, cool. Well, let us know, man. Keep in touch.
Yeah,
All right, thank
awesome
you.
seeing
Cool,
you
man.
and talking with you.
Always a pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, pal. We'll see you. All right, there we go. Jackson Gillies. All right, so we're gonna get out of here. We're running late. We're gonna play this song. We'll come back with quick announcements. So this song is $20 Bill. Tom, what do you say? Tom Prasado? Tom Prasado Rao. All right. So let me throw that on.
Thanks.
Some people die for honor. Some people die for love. Some people die while singing to the heavens above. Some people die believing in the cross on Calvary's hill. Some people die in the blink of an eye for a $20 bill. Some people go out in glory, yeah, with the wind at their back. Some get to write their own story, write their own epitaph. Sometimes you see it coming, sometimes you won't know until you're out of breath with a knee on your neck for a $20 bill. Oh, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Sorry about that little glitch there, but we'll play. You know what? We'll play the song again on Monday. But it sounded great. $20 Bill, Tom Prasado Rao with Jackson Gillies. There you go. So check out Jackson Gillies on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, And we thank him. It was a great time as always with him. He's so much fun. He's great. We thank him for his time. Again, we'll play that whole song Monday. We'll start our show with that on Monday. Our apologies for having some issues here. Okay, so today is Friday. Don't forget we got Quarantine Life coming up at 2. Who's hosting it? Is it Andy?
Bosey.
Oh, Bosey?
No, Andy, you're right. Andy,
Yeah.
Andy.
Andy Plagano's hosting Quarantine Life at 2 o'clock. Don't forget, 8 o'clock, Quarantine Life, Friday night edition with Mandy Jones and her husband. Domestic Disturbance Podcast at 9:15. And then this weekend, you got Don Sill with Put Up, Shut Up, Stand Up. Is there Cars and Comedy with Tom Galati this week?
Yes.
There is. Oh, okay. So Cars and Comedy with Tom Galati at 5:30. Put Up, Shut Up, Stand Up with Don Sill at 7. And then Sallie and I will see you back here on Monday. Once again, our guest will be Kerry Godliman. And we're going to play this song again by Tom Percato Rao with Jackson Gillies. Again, Jackson Gillies on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Follow him, like him, all that good stuff. And we'll keep in touch with him. Everybody have a great weekend. Hope it's great.